I see where you're coming from, though. I
It
mean,
has happened, though. Teams can be quick, but they don't play on LAN that much anymore, right? They've been playing online for how long now? Right?
Yeah, they've been just able to relax a little bit more, schedules a little bit looser.
Yeah,
it's probably true. I saw some high fives. Oh, that means we can get back in the action. I really want to get this game underway. We got so many cool games coming up as well. Obviously, that Astralis and an IP game is coming up a little bit later. But here we go.
Oh, dude, that's going to be money.
Yeah, we appreciate your patience. It's Gambit versus Entropiq in a best of one here at the Legends stage. And we'll find out next who is going to be walking away with a bit of a victory. It's Gambit on the CT side first, and Entropiq on the T side. I don't think it makes a big difference. Axal with the USP alone. Oh, down. Lackey will drop him immediately. That is a brilliant start. And now they want to speed up behind it. Inters has shown up, and he's going to try and buy himself some time, or maybe just try and stay alive. Hobbit, he probably could have had that kill. He had the right idea, the good read, but Krad will take him down. This is looking brilliant right now for Entropiq. Powerful start, and now they're hunting for the remaining Gambit members. On his own is Shiro with 1 health, and Forrester will take him down for a triple. It will be Entropiq winning the pistol.
Yep, and fine fashion. Quick, aggressive, not showing respect. They're laughing. They were laughing in the warm-up, and this is the kind of attitude that they need to have if they stand a chance of beating Gambit. They need to not take them seriously. They need to not show them respect. It's a question of just not acknowledging. It's a matter, let's say, of not acknowledging that Gambit are the heavy favorite, etc., that everybody has them going through and beating you. You just need to go in and play your game and play aggressive and just take the fight to Gambit. Do not let them get comfortable. Much like what we just saw with G2 and FaZe. In the same style, right? Where G2 just didn't show any respect to FaZe. So much so that FaZe looked locked up in fear in the second half. They were hesitating so much. That's what you need to do right now if you're Entropiq. You're the underdog, but it doesn't mean you don't have fangs.
Hobbit here playing a little bit closer with that CZ 75. It could be real dangerous. Some players just have uncanny ability to play with that weapon that I don't think I'll ever really fully understand, but can definitely appreciate when you see it.
It's magic.
Yeah. It really feels like it. Anthony. Oh. That looked like it should have done so much more damage. It looked like it actually landed right on top of them. Here's the follow-up nade. He'll do a bit, but not really that much. William will take down Hobbit instead. Forrester with a kill on Shiro, sorry, and there's a couple of kills in return with the 5-7. Nafany picking up an AK, and he takes down Lackey as well. Oh god, that turned around quickly. Now it's a 2-on-3. Krad is holding the middle, but Gambit are aware, or at least aware of the potential. They're looking for it.
They're not going to just rotate into him for free by the looks of things. That 5-7 up close is lethal. You can do so much damage. I don't think Nafany spotted him, though. And so now it's a question of whether or not Krad can hold the line. Does set it up for his teammate. Only a MAC-10, though, versus an AK up close. Let's see.
Yeah, but no head armor here for Nafany, so he's going to be dead in a second. Nickelback, he's got the angle for it here, but oh, the spray is in! And he takes him down. I think some of those bullets actually went through the side of the wall. But yeah, the lack of head armor there probably made the deciding difference. So close round, but Gambit get denied the upset following there. That could have been
nuts.
sick.
So nuts. But yeah, 5-7. Just clean work. 2 kills, gets in with a 3rd as well. Just doing so much work there.
Quad kill. Nafany was on track to ace his way into that round.
That would have been a monster. And it just would have been the theme of the day. Win the pistol, lose the follow-up. It feels like we've just been seeing that so often today. But now Entropiq, they have a chance to build up a little bit of bank. They got a couple of MAC-10s against a hard eco here from Gambit. Although Gambit did invest a little bit. Not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan of a 3rd round buy. Seeing that on the CT side, it feels like you really should be just trying to save as much money as possible to have as many nades as possible in the following round. But, you know, they thought they could get some value. Didn't really break their way that time, Gambit.
It's a quick round, though. They have enough for an AWP, I believe, so we'll see how it goes here in the first real rifle round that's going to be coming up for the CT side. Yeah, picked up. Given over to Shiro. I think it was Nafany that picked it up initially. So they traded a little bit of a gun there. Ooh, that Molotov, we've seen it thrown a couple of times. People throw it so deep, the angle, that it kind of lands all the way on the T side. That's really cool. I feel like it looks like it's so risky. It looks like if you mess it up, not that you would burn it to death or anything, but you could take like 20 damage from that. That's a nade.
That's a money nade. That is a magic apple.
Yeah, but he is playing really far out here on his own. He doesn't really have any backup, so how quick are they going to be? Oh, it's coming up behind him, though, and the smoke will create a bit of space. Intus, well played, and Axile jumping on top, and that'll shut it down. 5 versus 2 right now. Need to follow up. Ilian taking a little bit more damage. That's actually really interesting. He wants to go out there, but it looks like he's just kind of stuck, and Axile, he's read this whole round so well. Triple for him.
Yep, Crad with a Mac 10 right now, kind of hoping that he'll be able to find somebody. But the thing is, Gambit are too well schooled in the elemental strategies of CT side, which is do not leave the flank open. There it is, nicely done by Shiro. Doesn't miss that shot. Just make sure that you've always got somebody watching the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some fist bumping going on, but it's very, very soft, you know.
Yeah.
There's no real power behind it.
Tame.
I guess nobody wants to, you know, damage their hands either. So, gotta be careful. That's a good round. I was a little bit worried because it looked to me like Axile not just looked like he was on his own, but it looked like he was on his own and all the way to the right in that bomb site. So, to escape, he sort of has to run all the way back in across the bomb site, which could just be very difficult. But he had a smoke to buy some time, and he had some backup in Inter showing up at the right time. So, no reason to be panicked at all. That was just all around well timed.
Some early pressure being put out. I really like Entropiq showing a bit of presence with the nades in mid like that, just to keep Gambit honest. Gambit will hear the explosions, so they'll know that, at least they'll know to keep an eye on that going forward in the future. Then Entropiq, they can go ahead and rotate back around, and we can start this game on a ramp. Shiro's got the angle, though. You're going to have to really wake up early because, oh, he misses the shot. He misses 2 shots. Shiro, that's not characteristic at all.
Yeah, especially that first flick, right? You think that's the kind of shot he hits almost every single time. So, a little bit of a free movement here for Entropiq. That could have maybe blown up. But they get the ramp control, and it's pretty much a standard thing to try and get. Again, even if you go back to the B-bomb side, you need to push the CTs back. We've been over it many, many times. They have a strong setup here. Counter flash coming out. It goes a little bit wide, so they can still see everything. The bomb now committed to the site. It actually fell forwards. Hobbit with a good headshot, looking for more, and he's gonna. What's gonna be Nafany actually picking up the double. Hobbit went down in return, but Forrester and Ilian, I don't know what you could do to bring this round back here. Forrester trying, guessing through the smoke, but not finding anyone. I don't think he's gonna be. Ooh, he doesn't go forward. They have the. No, the bomb is still up there.
Mm-hmm. That is not the first time as well that Entropiq have led with the bomb. And so that's one of those things where you want the bomb kind of in the middle of the pack so that if you lose your point man and you aren't able to capitalize off it, at least you don't force yourself, you don't lock yourself into that bomb site. Because once the bomb is dropped there, that's it. You have to commit to A because that's where the bomb is. It really limits your options. And so we saw that happen on the B site a couple rounds ago, and now on the A site here, they get utterly smashed because of it. So Entropiq right now, they're kind of it's a quick stop. They've run into a wall head first. This Gambit defense, now that they've got the nades and the rifles, they feel very comfortable. And also, the thing is, we don't have access to that kind of information necessarily. But, you know, just how often are these two teams scrimming against one another? They're from the same region. They would have good ping back and forth. You know, like, you don't know just all the level of detail that's going to go in with the experiences that these two teams have playing and practicing against one another. So it's games and games here.
Those domestic type matchups are always very different. They feel
Spicy.
different. Yeah, it's harder to play than it seems. They saved the 2 AKs. They bought a Tech 9 and a couple of Deagles along the way here on the T side. So they are going to try and see if they can have more of an impact here in the 6th round. But yeah, I would agree. Gambit's defense right now is looking pretty solid. They, as they always do, don't seem to be really fazed by almost any amount of pressure. So I'm not surprised by that at all, in fact. But it's always cool to see. They always have a plan, and they're just following along right now. Boost to look over, but not where Nafany is down there. Scary stuff. Oh, nice shot from Forrester. He had to check a lot there, and especially crouching through. It looked like he was through for a while, so I guess Nafany was either turning around for a flashbang or just looking at something else. It's not really clear.
Or just surprised. Couldn't believe his eyes. This guy just walked through the smoke. What's he thinking? What's he doing?
It's just that he was so far up the ramp, right? He wasn't just at the edge. He was pretty deep in there, so a little bit surprised. Either way, 4 on 5. They have that ramp. They're going to start to fall back towards the B bomb side. Well, actually, Gambit are not that far away. They almost have 3 people here. This could be a bit rough for Entropiq. They might be thinking, all right, we're going to be able to get something done, but the kill on Exile does become a bit more likely. Inter's back here with the AK, and he's way out in the open. See, this is the thing that I thought would be scary. Shiro close with the AWP. He takes down one of them, but Hobbit is going to be falling, and now it's all on Shiro. 1 versus 5, and he's going to get shot in the back by Krad, so doesn't get to fold that AWP all the way into the round, unfortunately. That would have been really cool to see. All right.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful what happens, Anders, when you don't die with the bomb on the bomb site. It means that you can actually rotate around. You don't have to overcommit. You can just kind of get around and have some maneuverability on the map instead of having to just run headfirst into a wall.
It's kind of a little bit disappointing, that defense over at the B bomb site, because, like I said, they had 2 people there, almost a third in Shiro that could have rotated in.
Yeah.
But none of them can help each other out. They just all kind of get dinked immediately, and there's no real setup. And I guess the only thing you could say is they didn't know that hit was coming. There was no one checking the A ramp because they'd lost that control basically. So I guess that's why they weren't playing. But if they had known, if they'd had a second or 2 more to realize, I think they could have fallen back and just played it defensively with 3 people there. That would have been really, really efficient. So yeah, I guess credit to Entropiq as well for just hitting those shots, because if they don't do that, I think Gambit, they just probably win that round right away. Now what? Is there a Krieg in play on Krad? That's rare.
Trusts in his aim, dude. That 1 bullet aim is still so good.
Yeah, it is. Just don't get to see that much. 7th round coming up. Still playing down the ramp with the M4. Shiro back here. Taking a random shot. All right.
It's just that rate of fire for the Krieg, man. That's the thing. That's what makes it so painful to use. It's slower than hotel internet.
Impossible, isn't it? But, ooh, did he flip the cone? Did it land right? That's what I really need to know. I don't think it did. Looked like it was sideways. It's an art form that I care a lot about.
The cone flipping?
Cone flipping, yeah.
I wait. You know what I'm going to get you for Christmas, Anders? I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas.
To the cone?
Yes.
So happy. Shiro gets 1. He's still out close to the double. Oh! That is fantastic. They just kept throwing people at him. That's not how the AWP is meant to work. It's meant to be that long range. That's why they put a scope on top of it. You see, it's the range that makes the difference, but not of your Shiro. Man, the timing is so good for that. Again, the pressure is on in that moment. If you fail any one of those shots, you're so dead. And at the very least, they could probably get onto the bomb site. That must feel so deflating if you're on the Entropiq. You're like, yeah, we've got him. It's perfect. He's right here. Just run him down.
And then your spacing is just ever so slightly off. And against an Opera of Shiro's quality, you can't afford to have those kinds of mistakes made.
But the tough thing is, in terms of the spacing, right, is everyone has to jump up. So there's like an automatic rate limiter for that moment. You actually can't keep, like it's hard to run everyone up there at the same time.
2nd round that they've managed to win off a time here, Gambit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Entropiq also they realize that's not a winnable round. Let's just chill out for a minute here. But what an even game it is. Let's see. So the problem is they keep having to next guy to jump up. It's like it's just a second late. Maybe less than a second. Wow. 4-3. They have the Krieg, they have the AWP, they bought another Galil on top. Let's see what they could do with it. It's way too early to call who's actually leading this game right now. But Entropiq still seem like they have still that fire within them, you can tell. They are not actually worried at all about playing Gambit. They just seem to be worried about playing anyone right now, which is cool.
I don't feel like they have any pressure on them whatsoever. I mean, they've already made it. They've already trumped it. They qualified for the challenger stage. Yeah. They made it through there. I mean, Entropiq, you're in the top 16 now. You are actually in the major, competing in the major now. So already, it's got to be a huge success for the team and a fantastic feeling. I think that these guys, they should really just be focusing on having fun and on enjoying themselves, because it's all gravy from here on out.
And they're not going to have fun if they don't check the sandbags here, which they kind of do, but not in the way that you would have expected. I was thinking about a Molotov or anything, but I guess they didn't have one. So Hobbit's going to get the kill, but they still can't punish him. You could see Nafany's holding a smoke to try and put it out in case someone throws a Molotov, but they're probably wondering, why is there no Molotov coming? Now they run into Nafany and Shiro, and they're going to get wiped out here. Close call, almost taking the kill on Krad, or sorry, on Naki on the first one there. Krad will go down last. Exiles.
A man of taste. A man of taste.
Are you for real?
Doesn't even give it a second thought. Just looks away. Just turns in disgust.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
How dare you use a Krieg? Stoop so low.
Terrible player. Get him out.
Get him out. Well, they're in the process right now, Anders.
They're trying, yes.
Wow, we haven't seen that strategy in a while. Waiting until the last second before engaging the timeout to really maximize it.
Try and be annoying as possible, maybe.
Basically, yeah. Because then it goes, from you having your 30 seconds to, 50 seconds and what, a minute 10. So between rounds, that's quite a bit of time to talk. And the tactical timeouts are the only times, again, just to remind you all, this is the only time that a coach can interact with the team in any way. Otherwise, the coaches have to sit there and essentially just be mute. So a chance now for Entropiq to at least rally a little bit here, try and figure out what's going wrong, apart from running into Shiro one at a time.
Yeah, Hoocha can be...
Oh, and we have the update there for Liquid. What does that say?
8-7.
It's 8-7. Ents fighting back.
Down the
Terrific
middle,
job.
Yeah,
Last time I checked, it was Liquid in the lead by a fair margin.
Did he just close both the doors at the same time?
What a gentleman. Doesn't want the smell getting out,
How does he do that? Were there two of them? Were they coordinating the door close? Or did he do it on his own?
What is that barrel made of? That bucket.
Oh, Krad's gonna be found. Yeah, let's go back to Ilian. He's checked into work.
I just think that they completely ruined those the day that they made it possible to see if somebody was inside. Remember that? Before you couldn't tell. And then they had to make it, so that it would show up with a little red thing, as if the door was locked.
They should put one of them. They should you're right. They should revert that change, and they should start put one on each bomb side.
Yeah.
Then
exactly. And it's easily wall banged, right? So if you wall bang it to check, it's there. But if you don't,
exactly. Good shot. Lackey gets a kill. Gambit. I appreciate them not peeking too much here. I don't think there's no real value to be gained. You could just keep getting deagle shot. This is a boost we've seen. Not too commonly, but definitely we know it from earlier. He had the right idea.
Jeez. Shiro, chill. That was instant death.
Yeah. That's kind of synonymous with Shiro, isn't it?
He's so fast.
Instant death.
He's fast. He's fast. These offers are crazy. Gambit are looking good. They're looking dialed in here in this match. There was a little bit of a bump in the road at the beginning, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, they're slowly sort of just taking control back over the game, and they can keep building the money. They can keep just cementing this little lead that they've got going on. It's going to be fine. 5-4 right now. 10th round is coming up. We'll see, because they did take that tactical timeout in Entropiq, so let's see what they can do. I will say this though, for Entropiq, they've had this A ramp a fair bit more than maybe I was expecting. So that's a good sign. That's something you can really build on. Flashes, again, Forrester trying to sneak through, and this time, Nafany not going to be surprised and catches him before he even got out of the smoke.
Yeah, Nafany was ready this time. You're not going to pull that kind of shenanigan again. No more horseplay allowed on the A ramp.
And now they fall back from on the CT side. They're like, all right, 4 on 5. Now you can have the ramp. Hang around there if you want to.
Curious if they're going to be able to walk their way up here. This is, I mean, they still have a decent nade count here in Entropiq, but as soon as they start throwing nades, that's it. The game is going to be up, and Gambit are going to know what's coming. So yeah, just making absolutely sure that Shiro isn't hiding back there this time.
Also a big giveaway when you throw that many nades into the corner, but they try and follow it up, but instantly Gambit will know, alright, triple nade in there. Well, we can do the math pretty easily. Even if you can drop some on the ground, you can't throw all of them at the same time, so you can still figure it out. Ilian on his own, he's going to get the 1 kill there. More would certainly be helpful, but yeah, it's just a guessing game. Try to pre-fire it as much as you can. The bomb is also committed to the site itself, so it's not like you can even be really sneaky and move away. Some fairly slow rounds, which again, I think will just continue in the second half, right? That's kind of the style of some of these CIS teams. So
indeed,
it's not too surprising. Hobbit with a good headshot and a 6-4 lead in favor of Gambit. And I feel like they're just slowly building the foundations of this game right now. This is what I'm expecting, and it's good to see.
Still the best jerseys in CSGO, hands down.
They really are. They got the jackets as well.
They got the jackets, the Letterman jackets, the polos. These guys, pure class. I'm all about it. Best jerseys. But yeah, just they're looking like they're starting to hit their stride here, Gambit, and they have that constricting style of play that, and it's so difficult for Entropiq to catch them off guard. Look at this already. Each time you push out on ramp now, you got away with it once, but that's where it ends. There's the HE on a B, and Inters has got the angle. Yep, instant death.
Trying to follow it up. He gets caught jumping. That's a shame. I mean, I still think it's worth it to show up with the deagles on this ramp because we've already seen it a couple of times. You can get some pretty crazy deagle headshots.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, kind of like that. So
you
can do some
summoned
damage.
one, Anders.
Yeah, it's nice.
What are these powers? The ability to summon headshots.
If I had that, I'd be, you know, I'd be playing a lot more myself.
You'd be a coach.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's an angle you couldn't check. It's gonna be 7-4 in favor of Gambit, so moving in the right direction. In terms of kills right now, Forrester and Crad are doing a pretty good job, but the rest of them are a little bit further behind. So they could use some backup on the kills front, I would say. But
it's really cool to see this team come together, though. A lot of young players here. Hobbit has joined up, and he's really kind of shaped this roster into what it is today. But they really look like a team. They really look like a unit.
I feel like it was just yesterday that Hobbit himself was the newcomer with Zeus.
Right?
You know, I mean,
yeah.
Just time moves too quick. Shiro, we said instant death as soon as you appear on his screen. Forrester, he's been trying to push this A-ramp. This is what, the third time in a row now that he's been shut down. Two of them from Nafany. This time it was Shiro. Really tricky because what do you do if you can't win this fight at all in the first half? They did it in the beginning, and that's kind of what surprised me a bit. Now it's gone the other way. Iliam will take down Nafany. That's good, but it's still 4-on-3, and they lost Lackey outside of the B-bomb site to the second AWP on Exile.
Oh, and again, do we have a smoke? We do have smoke. There's some teamwork for you.
It's so cool that it's thrown from the bomb site. Yeah, because it actually isn't. There's no guarantee that anyone's back here. That's the problem, right? Yeah. If you're on the Entropic side, sometimes people will put out that smoke even if no one is there, but it kind of sells the idea that someone is there. So it's a huge mind game. From us, it's obvious, but from Gambit, it's definitely. Or sorry, from Entropic, it's not.
And they still have no idea if he's there or not.
Yeah, they just they can maybe guess. They've already thrown an HE at it as well. There's the kill on Hobbit. Finally, they know Crad with a headshot coming through. That's big on Inters. 30 seconds, and now 2 versus 2. Go back. He's worried about it. He knows they might move when the bomb is planted. It is going to be planted as well. No wall bangs through the box, and he's ducked down trying to minimize that model, but it's not enough, and he's going to be going down. Exile with the kill. The double up retake is coming into play, and now can they take down the AK? He had a chance there. There's a headshot, but he's out of bullets. Picks up another one instead, I think, and now he's going to go for the spray. Shiro goes down on the other side. A huge triple and a huge 1 versus 2 clutch for Nickelback.
Golf clap on that one, gents. That was very nicely done. Big clutch round and very thorough stuff as well. Not getting caught by Hobbit, really taking your time. And so I like to see that sometimes from teams where they just decide we're going to hit this A site or we're going to hit this bomb site regardless of whether it's A or B. And we're just slowly, meticulously going to work our way up onto it. It's just all of the nades behind sandbags, just making sure that once you wrap up onto the bomb site itself, you're still checking sandbags. So Hobbit, try as he might, he really was hoping for a break there, gets nothing. And then you're just methodically working your way up there. You're kind of just grinding out the round, right? It feels inevitable. So really nicely done there by Entropiq, keeping their cool. And of course, you know, it always helps to win the clutch. But I really like that kind of approach that they just had where just nice, slow, steady CS, getting the job done.
Shiro and Nafany are both at 12 kills, 12 and 5 both of them, so 12-6, 12-5. So that's pretty impressive. They've been playing at the A-ramp together, and I think that tells the story on its own about just how much they've been defending that. Entropiq have a couple of more chances here in the first half to try and see if they get just a little bit more than 5. Not that 5 is necessarily that bad either, it's just as much as you can get, because Gambit, I mean, it's going to be...
Yeah, Gambit
it's going to be hard no matter what.
No joke either,
yeah.
So, I mean, this is still very much Gambit's playground, but that also speaks to the confidence from Entropiq, willing to go into the belly of the beast, essentially. That's very cool. I mean, that's real brave stuff coming in from Entropiq. To be fair, you know, Entropiq had their warm-up match versus Liquid earlier.
Yeah. Crad is in the middle while the rest of them are pushing up. They're getting really deep in here. Normally they've been shut down at the A ramp itself. Now they go all the way onto the site before they run into Shiro. He takes down Lackey.
Out of the way.
Yeah, but where is that flank coming in from Crad? If he wants to be a factor in this round, eventually he's going to have to show up. I don't think any longer it could be after the bomb plant, although that is a good kill on Hobbit. Maybe that could make the difference. It's all about the timing. He's heard one of them running. There is a second player. Axile's coming up, and he's kind of looking for it. He'll win the fight anyway. Crad, that is massive now. They could go back if they want to, because he's controlling the middle of where he was. He goes down to Inters. Oh, no! Now, what do? They were falling back, and now they actually probably wish they would have stayed.
Well, Gambit are currently wondering, is it going to be a B hit or not? Questioning whether or not they need to rotate off. Shiro still hanging out here on the site itself. Elion with that AWP, though, has got the angle. And now it's a question of whether or not they're going to have the time. They're cutting it very close. 13 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is getting planted. Have not been able... Yep, there it is. Gets the lineup. Follow-up shot. Gets the kill. 3 versus 1 now for Gambit.
Forrest, oh, Shiro again.
Brutal.
Yeah,
I was about to say, we haven't seen that wallbang happen too much on the plant if you're planting default, and then Shiro goes ahead and hits him twice.
And he would have had time to have jumped away, but the problem is that's maybe not even a good choice. He doesn't know if there's anyone else there. If he just runs to try and avoid the second wallbang, he's probably dead anyway. So that's a tough position to be in. 8-5, 14th round is coming up. Shiro up to 15.
Oh, glad to see that Shiro performs just as well here on LAN as he does online. No worries there. He is shaping up into a monster, and just, man, he's so fast. He's so fast. 2 rounds left in the half, and vital that Entropiq pick up the remaining 2. Gambit get into double digits in this first half. I think it's going to be hairy for Entropiq going forward, so let's see what they're capable of here. So far, they've had success finding picks on this A ramp, and it's looking like they're gearing up for some shenanigans. Boost over the top.
There's a good little lineup, but the spray is through. Nafany picking up a double kill. He can't make it out. Iliam will catch him. It's still favorable for Entropiq. 2 versus 3 now. That's not at all bad. Now they're starting to regroup a bit. Gambit, what did they do here? I mean, they're going to be really starved for information soon. Inters at B, they're just spreading out. I thought maybe they would want to stay in the middle to try and sort of maximize or at least play off each other, but Lackey with a good headshot at range with the Galil. And Hobbit.
Yeah, Hobbit just hold on to this M4 for the next round.
Yeah. Actually, they could probably rebuy it anyway, right? Nafany and Inters have enough money, but I guess he's so far away and running into it alone is probably not worth it either. Maybe he could get the AWP over here. If that's possible, then that would also be cool.
That would be pretty nice. Let's see, I mean, he's got time. He just doesn't know if there's a lurker out here who's just waiting, using those guns as bait. So we'll see if Hobbit decides to be bold and go and get one of those guns, or if he just holds on to the M4. But still, this is terrific for Entropiq. 6th round on the board. A little bit chaotic, but definitely getting in there, making life difficult, making life interesting for Gambit Esports.
Yeah, you see I mean, I almost feel like if we could have the stats on the correlation between winning the fight at A ramp and winning the round is close to 100% right now, because that's just what's making the difference. Whenever Shiro or Nafany has been winning it, the round is done in their favor, and in the few times here where Entropiq have managed to do it, it's been their round. It just makes such a big difference. Even if they trade somewhat evenly, it's just having that control is such a big difference. Well played. Entropiq not surrendering quite so easily. Gonna be the 15th round coming up. Yeah, credit to, or like, I guess good on Gambit for having this deep of a bank. They could buy everything they want here. Probably did get the AK though. We're gonna try and
Same
do
thing again, yeah. It gives them so much to see, although, can he spot the toes there?
I don't know if he can, but walking through the smoke, on the other hand, will give Nafany a huge advantage.
Interesting.
This also feels like just a scary boost if you do this much, because there must be a lot of different ways to punish that if you just get... I mean, even from that position that he was in, Nafany, he could probably just spray through. Oh, wow. Shiro.
Filthy.
Yeah, that's a shot. 3 versus 5 now. And again, You lose that A ramp. How do you get back? Out in the open. Just the middle of everything here, Hobbit. Kind of hard to check. You can see they're looking for the sandbags, and they're expecting him to be at the corner, either all the way left or right. But he's just standing in the middle of the lane. Double kill for him. Lackey now forced into it and already revealing his position. They're going to know, and they're all going to come for him. There's nothing you do.
He's stuck. Just, you know what?
Jump.
Yes, exactly. Deny them the stats. Just walk off the side.
He's going to go down 9-6 in the first half in favor of Gambit. Again, I'd say that's a pretty convincing first half. But at least Entropiq did enough that they're still competitive.
Yes. Yes, 9-6. I mean, this is still workable. If Entropiq were to win the pistol round and survive the following round, something that we've seen teams struggle with so far this tournament. They really do seem to struggle with winning the pistol and then not quite converting that second one. We will get to see if... we'll get to see, actually. Go ahead, Anders. I'm going to check something real quick.
Check it. Look up those stats.
Exactly. Now I'm curious, like, what is the conversion rate on... what is the conversion rate on pistol rounds so far this tournament?
I feel like it's a lot, but 9-6 in that first half. Gambit, they're on track for a pretty good game here. 3-round lead. If they can win the pistol, they're gonna be ready to go. Moving towards the A ramp initially.
So, for example, G2 win 100% of their pistol rounds, and they only win 25% of the conversion. So, out of 4 pistol rounds, they've lost the second round 3 times. Okay.
Ilian, good headshot to take down Nafidi there. It's a 4-on-5. It's a good start, the USPs. But now the Glocks are getting just a bit closer. Molotov up into the corner to try and burn for. But yeah, this is the problem, though. You can get the Molotov in there, but it actually does nothing for you. They just run away, and now they're back. 3 people pushing forward. This is mental. Entropiq just fighting them on the ramp, coming back for revenge. Crad with a double kill. And Axile 1 versus 5. I can't believe they came back after essentially surrendering the ramp. And they don't lose a single player in this round. What a great start to the second half for Entropiq.
There we go. Showing that they've got what it takes. A little bit of a fist pump there from Hoach in the back. Definitely getting pumped. He can't show any reaction to the players. But I guess if he keeps it quiet back there, the players won't notice, and there you go. He can get hype himself.
Yeah, hype himself up.
Exactly, so that'd be fine.
That'll do it.
But really impressive right now, at least from both of these teams. And the question is whether or not now Gambit are going to make anything happen here, and they elect to go for the hard eco. I like this. I like this strategy. Go for the hard eco and then get the rifles nice and quick in the next round. You'll be able to get a full buy pretty much with AKs and nades. And you can just move on from there.
Yeah, they didn't get the bomb plant right, so yeah, some people do buy the Tech 9s or whatever, the Eagles.
I kind of appreciate the Eagle Force, and then
yeah, it's a little bit split what people actually try to do. It's fun that there are different ways of going about it. Gambit are probably hoping that there's going to be a big mistake here for Entropiq, that someone pushes down with a greedy M4 or an MP9 or something. It doesn't seem like that's going to be happening right now. So just a bit of a waiting game to set it up. They finally decide to swing for it. And they're really trying to maximize every single challenge that they have. They're like, can we wait long enough? Maybe they make a mistake. Are they going to get bored? Okay, let's all try and peek at it. Like, it's just every little thing. It doesn't matter how little they get out of it. They're just going to keep trying to do that. And is it going to actually work? Crad is pushed forward. Yeah, they're going to come back for swing. You can see the idea behind it. It doesn't work out in their favor, but they are really just trying to optimize every single position.
Wow. And I'm being told that Liquid won 16-8 against Ents on Dust 2.
Good job.
So good rally there from Liquid. Not fully capitulating just yet, but also a little concerning for Ents.
Yeah.
Very curious to see if they're going to be able to rally going forward, because that is not a good start to this stage for them.
I've got Liquid moving forward.
You do, yeah. No, and I've got Liquid too moving forward. I'm just, it's just Ents is such a hard read because they've got so much firepower. It seems like they're on the up and up.
Yeah. Guess we'll have to see if they can mentally recover. 9-8, and in the 18th round, boom. That is the same boost that they were trying to do, and they land a nade right at their feet. That's pretty devastating.
That's one way to punish it.
Yeah, it is.
Entropiq just letting them know that that is our boost. You don't get to use our boost.
Crossfire at the B stairwell too. And they still have someone in the middle. So kind of impressive. They're kind of all over the place. They're holding this ramp though with an M4A1 and an MP9. It doesn't seem like it should be that powerful. It seems like a kind of fight that Gambit with the AK should be able to take. But they're still shrinking away from it. Nafany's already gone down. Killed by Crad. Nickelback is here. But again, that's the crossfire I was talking about earlier. Lackey on the one side. Ooh, he's a little bit early on it. And he swings in to die. That is a problem.
Oh, the HE doesn't catch him moving, though. That hesitation from Gambit pays off. 4 on 4 now.
Look, Crad, he's so far down that ramp. Wait, are they going to come back?
They don't have time for this. 34 seconds.
It's Gambit. They have plenty of time. They're going to be fine. Crad, he's so far forward, though. That's very hard to expect. He gets 1 kill, but he will be returned upon. So it's a 3 on 3, but they're all very low on health. They've left Hobbit in the middle. They need to get up here, get the kill on Forrester, and again get the bomb down in the next 18 seconds. Probably a little bit sooner than that. You do need some time for the bomb plant, too. Forrester, he's just playing for time as well. This is the thing about both these teams. They're so careful not to make mistakes. Ilian shows up with a double, and that will end the round here. Hobbit can no longer win it, so you can tell how in every moment it's almost like they have the ability to pause in every sort of microsecond and say, what's the best play right now? Can we slow this down? Can we make sure we're rethinking this as much as possible? It is just a very different, much slower version of Counter-Strike, but you can tell what's happening if you... It's almost like we should be able to slow it down, too. Like, pause the game every once in a while.
Sure, right? And in their minds, I mean, well, in their minds, they've got just so much information that they're processing and that they've practiced and that they're watching for, the tells, that just not even... It's their analysts that are getting back to them, right? Reviewing just mountains of demos, mountains of data, and saying, these are the things that you need to be looking out for right now on this map that they might try. But not only that, then you got to see, okay, but this is what we showed in the first half, how like the boost that we just saw from Gambit and the punish from Entropiq. You're just going to throw a few plays out there, and it may work. But they're looking very confident. This is, this is the thing though, always with the underdog in the same region, is that Entropiq will have studied Gambit out and out. They will know how Gambit want to play this map.
Yeah, oh, for sure. They have plenty of footage to go off of. Forrester getting the kill on Hoppy right then and there. Nade, that one's going to be pretty decent. Well, they actually got the kill before the nade landed. That's cool. But Axel, he's sneaking around on the other side. No bomb. Yeah, this is so cool. Entropiq are about to take the lead. They're going to be up 10-9. That's a bit of a shocking turn of events. Crad with 17 kills. He's not even necessarily the player that I would have picked to lead the charge, but here we go.
He's doing terrific work right now. 10-9 rounds right now for Entropiq, and yeah, you're right. I mean, at least in the first map of this, series, it felt like it was Lackey who was doing a lot of work for Entropiq.
Yeah,
but Elian wasn't too far behind in the first map, so both of them are just kind of popping off right now and doing a whole lot of work. And, I mean, it just goes to show just how deep the talent goes in the CIS region. But this is the future of CS as far as I'm concerned. Because the cost of living is so low in the CIS region compared to what you can make in Counter-Strike right now, that these guys can fully commit to Counter-Strike and just go non-stop. Whereas it's harder to do that, right, as an up-and-coming player or team in the Tier 2 scene in the European side of things, because of, cost of living is higher, so you need to make more money. So it's very difficult to pull off on this side, whereas, CIS region, it just goes so deep. You can fully commit, and there's so much experience over there. I mean, like was pointed out by the desk, Hooch has been around forever.
Yeah.
The amount of experience in that guy is insane. And so to have him as your coach, it's a terrific situation for Entropiq, and it's very cool to see them doing some serious damage right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, again, it's hard to oversell. They're playing Gambit on LAN, and they're actually ahead, and they have had to fight their way back to this position. They've picked into, or they ended up on Vertigo as well, which again is a really strong map for Gambit, so I'm just impressed. They've been throwing that deep HE to sort of land where the boost is, and I think Gambit maybe for that reason have stopped doing the boost. They're like, you know what, this is no longer that much fun.
They figured it out, yeah.
But they have a whole protocol. You can actually see how they throw that nade first, then they wait a little bit, then they throw the smoke, then they flash their way over. They have like a really cool pop flash that's thrown from far back, so you can't hear the pin being pulled, and it lands right at the corner there. So they have a whole lot of nades that they go through before they go back and check it. And now that they've got crowd this deep again, just like in the earlier round, they should be able to start to gravitate more people towards the middle, maybe even more people towards the B-bomb side if they're really feeling it. Gambit, again, they need to find a way to solve that ramp problem, because otherwise everything they do will be telegraphed really, really far away. This time they're going to try and ignore the A ramp and just set up for the B-bomb side here with a little bit of a boost. That can work, but I've got my doubts. 27 seconds. They're going to try and see if they get close, jumping around the corner. Lucky's there. Axal, he will be traded after getting that one kill, and now they're getting shot at the back. Krat just showing up. Wait, Inters. He must have DC'd. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is a real shame. But again,
disastrous.
Yeah, that can happen. I wonder if he did that before they went for it, or I'm not actually sure.
It may be that he was holding the bomb. I didn't notice if he was holding the bomb or not, if that's what slowed everything up. They had to come back.
Yeah.
But that's just the nature of play. Sometimes something goes wrong, and that's just going to be the end of it, right? You're going to lose that point, lose that round.
Yeah. Entropiq, I mean, again, I feel like they, regardless of everything else, I feel like they still had this, they had a good read on it, right? Because Krad is pushed that far down, those B players are going to be informed beforehand. They're going to be told beforehand, well, listen, we kind of knew what was coming.
Well, this is the other team. This is Entropiq. What's going on with Gambit?
Probably not too happy at the moment, I have to assume, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Monitor died. Gotcha.
Or whole PC. I think he's...
Are we getting a whole switch out here? Pit crew is in action. All right, that's going to put us on a little bit of a delay.
Presumably, yes. Or maybe it is just the monitor. Just plugging him right back in. They're on it. Hardworking admins trying to do everything as fast as they can.
And the other thing is here worth mentioning. Hooch is doing some talking right now. But Tech Pause normally not allowed to communicate whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Which is like, do not talk.
Stop baiting me into it.
Do not talk, because in a tactical timeout, you can communicate. You can communicate with your coach. Technical timeout, when something goes wrong, PC, connection, whatever, mic, you're not allowed to talk, because obviously that's been abused in the past by players where they would call technical timeouts. Before tactical timeouts were a thing, they would just call technical timeouts instead and say like, oh, we have a TeamSpeak issue, so that they could have a timeout to talk something over, and then obviously that TeamSpeak issue would go away magically, and you'd be back in the game. So when we caught on to that, it's just like, well, why don't we just actually grant you tactical timeouts so you don't need to do that anymore?
Yeah, I think that's important, right? To have a chance. Sometimes that, we've seen some teams make incredible use of it. So
oh yeah,
it's good. 4 people left.
It's worth mentioning that you can't chain them together here at the major. You can only call one timeout at a time.
All right.
Whereas in other tournaments, obviously, you have a certain amount of time that you can use, and so you can just chain timeouts together if you want to really have a long one.
Yeah, that's so rare, isn't it?
It is.
Actually do that, so it's probably not much of a loss.
Yeah.
For anyone to want to do that. But yeah, hopefully we can get him back in the server right away, so we can continue with the madness here. I still think the number one problem that they haven't really solved yet, Gambit, weirdly on the T side, is that ramp. They're not winning that A ramp fight on any level, and the only other thing that I can think of, if you want to do was go with 3 people middle or something like that, then maybe you can ignore them, but you have to do it pretty early on, because if you do that, then they're busy fighting. They're busy doing their whole, grenade routine that I was just talking about. They're throwing the nades, they're throwing the smokes over there. And then while you're doing that, you could probably isolate something like a 3-on-1 fight in the middle. So that's the only other thing that I can really think of that you can set up with maybe some success. But I would expect for Gambit to have some idea about how to win that ramp fight. And right now, they're being shut down in a big way. That's a little bit surprising to me. It's only a 2-round lead as well, so I guess we shouldn't be too panicked about it. But it's just the fact that Gambit, again, did have a pretty good first half.
It's when you're challenged, you tend to fall back into habits, and if you fall back into habits, a team like Entropiq will have done their homework and they'll know how to punish those habits. So Gambit, it's again that game within the game where Gambit are having to change up on the fly how they may be handling that A ramp, and maybe they just haven't found the solution yet, like what they need to change so that they can stop getting countered. Because, like you said, right, they go immediately for the boost, and they immediately eat an HE. And it does seem like they haven't quite found a way to deal with that just yet. So all the players are just going to be kind of sitting here, yeah, stewing. Actually pretty terrible. Yeah, that face says it all right now. That face says it all because I think if you're Entropic, you just want to keep you had some good momentum going your way there. So you just want to stay focused and get back into this game and not let Gambit have any time to breathe. Because now Gambit are the ones who are kind of getting to sit and regroup, refocus.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's definitely frustrating, right? And it's an experience that, I mean, even that comes with having played a lot on LAN. You have to find a way to not get too upset by it, right? Because if you spend all of your sort of emotional energy on that, it's not going to work out so well. So yeah, take a moment, disconnect from the whole thing, and then hopefully we can have the 5th player back on the server once again. We can continue the game here. What else? We've obviously got Astralis going to be playing NIP coming up a little bit later on here on this particular channel. What was the other game that we had later on? There's two more after this one, if I'm not mistaken. So
moment. Oh yeah, it was Navi VP.
Navi VP. Oh.
No, wait, hold on. Heroic Navi VP and Heroic Vitality. No, what? Do I need to reload
this? Which one we're doing here? I guess we'll find out. But those are all going to be really, really interesting games. I actually so curious to see how Heroic going to be doing now.
No, I think we'll have Navi VP after this.
All right.
Which, yeah, we will have Navi VP after this.
Excellent.
So that'll be sick. Navi VP followed by NIP Astralis, Anders. I mean, these are banger matches.
Hell yes. They've got that. Some of them still have that like keyboard that's all the way to the side. In spite of the fact that they can't really have played at LANs where desk space was that's kind of the origin of it.
Yeah.
I feel like all of these guys are so young that surely can't have been a problem, but
or you just have to go full Quake player where you put the keyboard in your lap just so you can have all of the space for your arm.
Yeah, just need it.
Yeah, just sit diagonally. Have the monitor at a diagonal. Have everything sit diagonally to your desk, and you just have the whole desk for your arm. That's basically it, just for the mouse and the mouse pad. And then better yet, then you go the next step, Anders, where to make your mouse lighter. Now, sure, you have the perforated mice now that are really light. Yeah. That is the PC Gaming Master Race. That mouse is pretty sick, Model D. But you remember when they used to chop the bodies off of their mice?
Yeah.
Just to shave weight, just to cut the weight down as much as possible. You'd cut the case off of your mouse, so it was just the little clickers, and that's it.
Just try and hollow it all out.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
I can't remember who was doing that. Was it Ruffin? I can't remember if it was Ruff or yeah. But yeah, that was the thing.
Well, we have desk space now, so turn your keyboards back around. I guess if you're used to playing with it, it doesn't really matter. People just, I can't imagine doing that myself. I have to be honest.
You haven't tried that? I was doing it for a while.
No, maybe I should. Maybe that's what I've been missing all these years.
You know why? It's because it was like that, and then you also had the numpad, right? And then Existence used to buy with his numpad, and so I was like, I want to be like Existence, and so I was just buying with my numpad too, and I learned that. See, there you go, man.
Yeah, what I really want is the old buy menu back where it's just numbers and no like a weird buy wheel.
That's it, exactly. Just know the numbers, and then you can buy. You just buy instantly. All this clickety-click stuff.
It's
Get
too
out of here. Get out of here. Reject modernity.
Yeah, everyone's looking a bit frustrated at the moment. I can't really blame them. Again, Entropiq, just as much victims of this, I suppose, as Gambit are. They're just going to have to wait it out. If it's a whole PC being switched out, then I guess there's no way around it.
Interesting.
It's entirely
okay,
dead.
so we can confirm it's a new PC that's being brought in, which makes me wonder. I mean, what are you doing to Counter-Strike that blows up a PC? Like, how is that even a thing?
There are ways. You just have to.
Yeah, then don't do those ways. Like, don't do those things. You know, like if it's a risk that you can blow up your PC running Counter-Strike, like maybe you shouldn't be doing those things.
Just turned everything to maximum.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Put no cooler paste at all on his CPU.
Then you're just living life dangerously. Then you just want to burn your apartment down. But fair enough if you want to go for that, you know.
Man, I look forward to seeing some of these best of threes that are coming up now that we're at the Legend state as well, because the best of ones I think of as almost just like a sort of seeding mechanism. you're going to be playing a best of 3 no matter what, whether you exit or move forward. I think the best of 3s in this stage of the major are going to be really, really wild. And for a team like Gambit, I mean, they are strong on so many maps. So that's where the real fun begins. I think that was true for the Challenger stage as well. The best of 1s were cool and all that, but best of 3s just they hit differently.
Oh, they do. And against with teams like these, yeah, where they have depth of pool, it's going to be crazy.
Word of warning, they're all putting their headsets in. Don't be messing around with those hand warmers so much, guys, because there's this powder, black powder inside of it. And if you rip them open, we're going to have another long tech timeout. Because just leave those alone. We've seen it before. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's 5 in a row for Entropiq at the beginning of the second half. And they're looking good right now. Apologize for the tech timeout, of course, but hopefully we can make up some time now. It's 9-11 as a scoreline, moving into the 21st round, and everyone's back on the server.
And a tactical timeout getting called by Gambit coming out of that tech timeout. I like it. Take a little bit of extra time here to discuss what it is that you want to do.
Just making it extra frustrating for Entropiq. I know you think we're back, but we're gonna wait a little bit longer.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Just refresh. Make sure that you guys are on the same page. You don't have to rush over. Because, I mean, you're right. Thank you very much for showing us that. I mean, this is a streak on Entropiq's side. And Gambit on the T side now need to start breaking that. If they let Entropiq keep running away with this, it's going to get dicey. You're going to run out of rounds quick. So, Axel showing a little bit of presence over here towards B. And okay, Crad.
Yeah, he's been doing this so much. And again, kind of unpunished.
Oh, that's
finds the one way. Yeah, that is so good. Oh, that is a close flick, but he's going to be able to start to fall back. And again, it's another challenge at the ramp that's been run by Entropiq. That's so crazy. Because in the first half, sure, Gambit wanted more than Entropiq did, but they still had their rounds where they were able to pick it up, and that just makes such a big difference. Shiro, he had the right idea, guessing that he could shoot over. Oh, it's so close, but he can't see it. And Crad is now moved back into position. He's got a huge one-way here, but Hobbit almost staring at his feet, almost able to pick him up. Going to be re-smoking this position, and here comes the follow-up flash that I was talking about, the one that they popped to the corner. Hobbit, he'll win the fight, though. That's huge.
How does he see anything in there?
I don't know.
Did he just pop up on the map? That's the other thing, though. He may have just popped up on the radar.
It's possible. This is some incredibly nerdy Counter-Strike. You can kind of tell how they're trying to optimize. They're essentially playing to optimize the vision around a tiny little corner of the map where there's a smoke at the corner, and they're like, who can look at it? Who can maybe see? Can I see some boots in here? It's just really insane.
No molly.
Forrester, nope, there isn't. And how long before they check? I mean, he can either wait or he can just try and swing against them. They're coming in from every angle. That's a good kill. That's a great follow-up headshot to take down Inters, and that's going to shut down the round. If he just stays back here, they can't really come get him. His teammates are showing up. The bomb is committed again. Shiro, yeah, maybe you could find a way to shoot through.
Just chill.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not even worth it. There's the rescue mission. And Nickelback will take down Shiro as well. It's 12-9, and it is looking really impressive for Entropiq.
That says it all in the back there.
Yeah.
Oh, but a single Molotov changes everything for Gambit in that round. If they can just clear that position, just a single Molotov, a couple of HEs, anything. Just dry peeking it, that was not the answer. As soon as Forrester gets those 2 kills, that's it. The round is essentially done. But also just buying so much time on the A ramp. You gotta give it to them. They are dialed in right now, Entropiq. Really well done. Nice little rush here in mid, though. But Nickelback.
That's pretty impressive. He's just clicking them as they're running across the screen. It looked like it was so smooth.
They were just running right into his crosshair.
Yeah, the problem is, they are on the site, but the bomb only made its way there for a second. So, yeah, they're gonna get a couple of kills. If they would have had the bomb there right away, maybe they could have had a bomb plant. I don't think it would have actually won them the round, but they could have put some pressure at the very least on Entropiq. This is such a curious change of pace. I said at the beginning, I would have bet a lot that Gambit would have walked away with this victory. Right now, that's looking way less likely. This CT side is an absolute lockdown. And again, they're playing there's really freaky A defense that you got going on. That ramp is impossible to take, it feels like.
Yeah, we have the deep push with the AWP in the mid as well, so had there been any kind of show there from Gambit, could still work. I really like how Entropiq are just massively pressuring this whole spot on ramp, not letting Gambit get comfortable at all. Pretty sure he heard that. Yep, pretty sure Lackey would have heard that drop. So he knows that somebody's outside of B, and there's the shot coming through from Elion.
Yeah, he was also pre-aiming it in case they wanted to go for that boost that we saw in the first half. 4 on 5. They've given up on the A ramp entirely. They just don't even care anymore. They're like, well, just you guys can have that. It's fine. We didn't really want it to begin with. Nickelback will go down. Still 4 on 3. Now they're gonna go check. I think Krad is currently checking the A ramp, and when he doesn't see anyone here, yeah, they're gonna start to rotate people back to middle. That's the luxury of doing. That's why the T side needs to win that fight eventually. Lackey is just here, and I think he's already seen them. Yeah, that's why Ilian is just, he saw just the backpack showing, so he calls it into his AWP inside of the bomb site, and they're probably boosting. Good information, good team play.
Yep, and terrible models from Valve. Thank you very much. Put that backpack on their chest.
Has to go somewhere, doesn't it?
No.
If it's on that chest, it just pushes out the other way.
Yeah, but then at least you have, you know, it's like it's not poking around a corner where you can get spotted, and you can't shoot the backpack, so you can't kill him when they show that.
It's realism. Could have been a beautiful double spray. Shiro, he's gonna go down anyway. They're just walking away with it. There's nothing Gambit could do, it seems, in this second half. It's 14-9.
14-9, and they are just completely running it away. Anders, this was a 9-6 finish, was it not, for Gambit? And now we're looking at a 14, I mean, just a perfect lockdown coming in on the CT side for Entropiq. Gambit completely at a loss, and really making me wonder just how much this tech timeout, if it just completely threw their focus, because that was right in the middle of them taking a beating, and it just kind of extended it out. Another the last tactical timeout getting called here by Gambit now. This is, I mean, this would be the upset of the major so far, wouldn't it? I mean, apart from Copenhagen Flames, I guess.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, but I think Entropiq and Copenhagen Flames are kind of, you know, battling it out to try and see who can bring down the most top teams. It's really fun. That's in itself a pretty good flick right there. But yeah, this read.
What's great is it just makes it difficult. It makes it so you can't take any of these matches for granted. You really, in these rounds here, you just can't underestimate any of these teams.
14-9. 5-round gap. Gambit not yet showing us anything on the T side. Again, it's just the same smokes over and over again here at the ramp. They are playing it slightly differently, you know, behind the smokes. Some of the times Krad is down there fighting, other times they just try and grenade it away. A little bit of aggression over here at the B bomb site, but a good spray down from Lackey. He's going to trade 2 for 1. Shiro will take him down and setting up a smoke. They're not sure how many people are behind there. Krad is pushing forward again. He is just everywhere. He's played such a terrific game. 21 kills on him. And they're trying to see if they can make it across, but the AWP has trained him. Ilian, he's been really quick himself. He nearly got that kill. Shiro down to 2 health. He is a nade away from death, and Nickelback's got one, so just a question of time. Surely Shiro trying to move forward, but he's going to get caught, and now Nefany on his own. Nothing that he could do. Krad showing up to get the kill. Everyone was fighting for it. It's 15-9.
And match point. These are best of ones. Match point for Entropiq against Gambit.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
And yeah, they just look completely stunned right now, Gambit. I mean, is this real life? How is this happening? You're not winning a single round on T-side Vertigo? I mean, this is their map. Yeah, here we are. I mean, there's a good reason, it looks like, why Entropiq wanted to pick on this map, and they get to play it twice. I mean, they beat Liquid on it earlier.
Incredible work. Gambit have the round loss bonus going for them, and really not much else. Tough times. Yeah, you see that they're just nading for that boost. They're so sure that that's how they could get back. Some tabs coming in as well. Nefany, there's the 3rd nade to bring him down.
Amazing right now. This is so good. On the CT side, Entropiq just look like they're in complete control. Hobbit trying to force the matter, trying to do something, but he eats a flash and gets gunned down. Oh. This is over.
It is definitely done. I feel like they must have an office somewhere in Entropiq. They just have like a giant wall of a flowchart around how to play this ramp position. It's just so overpowering. doing it all.
Yeah, they clearly look very comfortable, and it doesn't really feel like Gambit are able to surprise them in any way, which it just feels like, okay, now this is going to be the real challenge, whether or not Gambit are able to reinvent themselves on this map, or if they just pack it up.
I feel like if they were to replay this right now, a second game there's no way they win the ramp again like that. It's hard to explain, but I guess sometimes you can just hit that state. Crad had, if you had to sort of divvy it up in percentages, how much of this win is Crad's over at the ramp, it's almost half of it, I think.
Yeah,
and
a lot of it.
And he's just one player on the team, but I feel like he pretty much won half of this second half on his own, just playing that position. It's so wild. Axile is here, 1 versus 4. He has the bomb in hand, but 19 seconds, there's nothing he could do. They're already rotating over. Again, Crad is aggressively peeking at the ramp. He's already pushing down, so he's going to be flanking. They know what's coming. It's going to be 16-9 as they pick up the win against Gambit on Vertigo. What an absolutely stunning upset from Entropiq.
And it just looks so casual. It looks like they just knew that it was inevitable. That was the result that was going to happen. They look just so chill about the whole thing, and that is them moving on into winner matches now.